It's Week 5 of the NFL, and this one features Rondale Moore. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Packers and the Saints, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Second and 15. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He finds Robinson. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And this will be taken at the 13. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at the 20. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Good move at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got the A check on the numbers by Moore last week. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Saints will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover. Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play? Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. They're going to try and throw. They'll get that complete to Albert O. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 11 yards on the pickup. And that leads to a New Orleans 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he? And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 23. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the...
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. It's a 40-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I have to keep carrying it, thank you.
He finds his man. It's Robinson. And a tackle going to be made at the 38. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Hands it off out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, it could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Touchdown, Packers! A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards, but he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Packers 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bush. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. Touchdown! A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He completes it to Olave. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Big plays are starting to become the the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. Steps away to his left. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's halftime here. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. Not losing with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. And now they're in the hurry-up. Right back to him on 1st down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And just a yard to go here on second down. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run. Back now here live in New Orleans. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop it.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly liked what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
2nd and 5. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want 5.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards on the play. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. The 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Let's go now.
They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. To the 43, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out right around the 39.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. He's going to let it fly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for New Orleans, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.